Hey guys. So, first video. So, I went to a wedding the other day. I haven't been to a wedding for quite a long time, but a wedding's always, it's one of those things where you can go and you kind of see the state of play, kind of see what's out there. Always lots of family, lots of friends, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's a good time to, if you haven't seen people for a while, you get to see them. Maybe you remember why you haven't seen them for a while. Um, But in any case, so the thing that stood out to me at this wedding was I didn't know these people very well, and I was really there just because my girl is one of her friends that was getting married. But this wedding, this bride, she had 10 bridesmaids. So, like, first of all, that's a lot of bridesmaids. I've never been to a wedding with that many bridesmaids. I guess everybody has to be special. So, whatever. But so the bridesmaids start rolling out, and first one comes out, and she's got a big old sleeve, a bunch of tattoos and all that stuff. Uh, Second one starts coming out. Oh, another sleeve, more tattoos all over them. As each of these girls comes out, each one of them, just as many tattoos as the other. Sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less, but always at least a sleeve. And once they're all standing up at the altar, it's like, damn, dude, looking at like $10,000 worth of tattoos, probably paid for with a credit card. And I'm looking around in the crowd too, and it's like, yeah, you got some girls like the huge thigh tattoos and all that shit, and it's like, when did this become like the normal thing, man? Like, I've always viewed tattoos on a woman, especially a beautiful woman, as sticking a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. Like, why would you ever do it? A tattoo will very rarely make a make an attractive woman more attractive, but it can very often make an attractive woman less attractive. And I think that's what we're seeing around. And it's like, I see this everywhere now. And it's like, I see guys getting fewer and fewer tattoos and women getting more and more. And ladies, it's just not looking good. I'm not in the game, and I'm not in a position to, really talk because I'm just some fucking bald dude. Um, you know, that's not a great look either. But man, it's like you have a choice, and your choice is forever, man. And it'd be one thing if you guys are getting something that's, maybe looks good or is somewhat unique, but all these tattoos, it's all, just one, like a variation on the same theme. And it's like, why don't you try and be individuals? But, for you guys out there, like going to a wedding, it's one of those things, like I said, you can kind of see the state of the field, see the state of play, see what's out there. Like, I know a lot of guys that have met girls at weddings, and at this wedding, I'm just looking around. I'm like, man, you guys out there got not a lot of choice. Um, Not a lot of choice. Like, you're looking at these girls and you're like, man, this looks like baggage. This just looks like baggage already, And it's like, who wants to go through the effort of that? I don't. But anyways, so the wedding goes on, and they have like, this officiant like doing the wedding. I don't know this guy that is getting married, but this officiant's like cracking jokes, kind of making him sound like a little bit of a, like an idiot, dude, like just kind of making fun of him and stuff. And I'm like, man, this is what you want for your wedding? Like, I'm sure this plays well for the people that know you, but I don't know you. And like, I'm walking away from this thinking like, that you're just a chump. Like, don't you want to be taken seriously on one of the most important days of your life? Like, I don't know. I guess some people are cool with that. They don't take themselves too seriously, but I would want a day that that's supposed to be that important to have some sense of seriousness. But maybe that's just me. Anyhow, so meal was pretty good. It was not great, as typical like catered thing. It was good in the sense that I was really hungry by the time that it came came around. So, and I enjoyed eating, but after that, I'm not much of a drinker. Oh yeah, before the meal, so this place had an open bar, but before it became an open bar, it was like for half hour, it was a cash bar, so you had to pay. And the girl I was with, she was like, "Well, I'm just gonna wait until it's an open bar. Like, why would I pay like these super inflated prices just so I can get a drink like half hour early?" And that made sense. I agreed with her, um, but man, the people at this wedding, they flooded that bar. They flooded that bar. And it's damn, dude, you can't wait 30 minutes to get a drink in you? Like, you're going to pay $8 for a beer because you can't wait 30 minutes? Like, damn. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just how people feel like they have to be now, but either way, so after dinner, they start, they open up the dance floor. And so all these women I was talking about earlier, they go on the dance floor, and first of all, the music's not that great. They're playing like mumble rap or something. I'm not sure how you dance to mumble rap, but apparently, what you do is you go out there, and the girls, they do this like snake charmer thing, and then they grind on each other. And so I'm like, man, if you guys, didn't look like hoes to begin with, I mean, you really look like hoes now. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, man, what would Julius Caesar think about this? What would Winston Churchill say about this? Like, this is where we are now. This is what women are. Like, you go to a public place, you act like, unless, yeah, hoes. Like, man, normally, you go to a wedding, you expect to see like, at least one girl, you're there and they're like, oh, she seems nice. I'd like to get to know her, but man, not anymore, dude. Now it's just now it's just baggage and headaches, dude. And I guess if you're just looking for some fun, yeah, go out there and have it, but it's just not it's not looking good for guys. Like, if you want a good, feminine, respectable woman, there's just not much out there for you guys. But that's the thing that stuck out to me the most, just the state of the females at this place. And as I think about it, I see it everywhere. It's not like it's not like changing. You even go to church, and you see tatted up girls, and these girls, you've been around them for a while, all their history and stuff, and it's like, yeah, you're not going to meet a nice girl at church either. Like, they're few and far between. So yeah, just some observations that I had. um, Good luck out there, guys. It's very rough. I would say get yourself a dog. Nah, your dog's never going to let you down. Your dog's going to cause you a lot less headaches. Going to be a lot cheaper. It's it's wild, guys. Good luck out there. I hope you don't get invited in any weddings. Hopefully, I don't for a long time. Have a good one.